Even though Cole Supper, the small indie studio behind Thank Goodness You're Here, refer to the game as an action comedy experience, it's truly hard to put a label on it. Thank Goodness You're Here is part platformer, part exploration, part adventure, and part unknown. The closest comparable would be Untitled Goose Game, which is referred to as an indie puzzle stealth, and this just doesn't fit either. What is known is that Thank Goodness You're Here is exactly the type of game that the world needs right now. Before jumping in, we just wanted to take a quick second to talk about our 2024 goals as an outlet. Our two main goals are getting more quality comments and getting to 15,000 subscribers. If you're unfamiliar, we're trying to blur the lines between content creation and traditional media, and our mission is to do this while creating a more elevated and positive environment without negativity or toxicity. If you enjoy what we're doing, this sounds like something that you want to be part of, then the most important thing that you can do is to leave a positive or constructive comment. Thank Goodness You're Here doesn't take itself too seriously. It's not about getting good, it's just about having a laugh. In an almost Seinfeldian way, the game is about nothing, but it's the moment-to-moment interactions in this game that make it special. You are a traveling salesman who is sent to the fictional town of Barnsworth in the real area of Yorkshire, Northern England. And when you arrive, you begin helping out the townsfolk with increasingly odd jobs. Whether that includes trying to help someone get their arm unstuck from the manhole with locally made butter or helping the landscaper cut the grass. And while the jobs are the variables, the constant is always laughter. One task seemingly blends into another, and at times, you can be very unsure about how to achieve your next objective, but you always stumble upon exactly where you need to be wrapping up your job and moving on to the next one. Thank Goodness You're Here has an almost Metroidvania-like quality that the world evolves as you progress. Certain areas can begin or become blocked off, but as you check jobs off your list, these paths either open up or become blocked off, which reveals almost an interconnected loop. One of the highlights that kept the game feeling fresh was the amount of dialogue each NPC has, because as you retrace your steps constantly, new dialogue kept each passing through the similar areas feel unique every time instead of monotonous. Thank Goodness You're Here is a perfect fit on the Steam Deck and can be finished in about 2 to 3 hours, and while this might sound like a knock, it actually feels just right. You'll have to determine on your own if the price to time ratio is right for you, as there isn't really much reason for replay, but the short playtime ensured that the game never lost its spark. Thank Goodness You're Here will explore your comfort level and boundaries with comedy at times, as it walks a very tightrope between pushing the limit and going a little too far. The game is filled with innuendos and double entendres, which will easily make some people uncomfortable. Thank Goodness You're Here makes some subtle hints to The Simpsons being an inspiration, and at one point, The Simpsons were also considered to be pushing the envelope of what was acceptable as well. I haven't really experienced anything like Thank Goodness You're Here, and I don't know that I would want to again. The game might be too short for some, and it did almost overstay its welcome, and while I never laughed out loud, I did have a grin on my face from start to finish, and at the end of the day, there isn't a better way to spend a few hours of your life. Till next time, remember to be nice to your fellow gamer, but more importantly, be nice to your fellow human.